The world Devastators are raining destruction on the peaceful world of Mon Calamari. Fly as Wedge Antilles and battle against all odds to stop their evil conquest.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the FrostBytez gaming experience, where we're going into the last level of Star Wars Rogue Squadron, not including the bonus levels. And we are actually going to get our first look into the V-Wing. So the V-Wing is a very fast ship that also includes cluster missiles, which for every missile you shoot basically shoots out into 6 different missiles. And because we got the Seeker upgrade to it in the previous episode, basically we're able to take out up to 6 different things out at once because there's homes in on them like it's nothing. But we'll get to that in short time as we are going into chapter 4, the Dark Empire. I don't know why it needs its own chapter, because this is the only mission in the entirety of the chapter. 6 years after the Battle of Endor, the fight for freedom continues. Even without the thousands of Jedi Knights who form the backbone of the Old Republic, the Rebel Alliance has managed to control 3/4 of the galaxy. Darth Vader is dead, but a reborn empire under a mysterious new leader strikes back at the struggling Rebel Alliance, hoping to crush the fledgling New Republic. Again, this is the only level that we're doing it in, so it doesn't really turn anything big. Massive world devastators, more powerful and unstoppable than the Death Star, ravaging entire planets. Rogue Squadron, which is now commanded by Wedge Antilles, persists in the mounting daring missions throughout the galaxy. So, again, a whole entire deal like that for one entire mission, because the three bonus missions have nothing to do with anything. They're just that. They're just bonuses. And you'll see that in due time. But again, to have a whole entire thing like that just for one mission, a little bit confusing. But basically, we've completely jumped 2 entire movies worth, and we are now dealing with events going on after. But obviously, before episode 7, I believe. But I haven't updated myself with any of the new Star Wars movies because, quite frankly, I just kind of lost my interest, and they just do not look that interesting to me. So here we are, the World Devastators. Supposedly, according to what the game just told us, they are more powerful than the Death Star, but really easy to take out, so we don't have to worry about that whatsoever. V-Wings are super fast, and like I said, have the cluster missiles to go with them, and their secondary feature is a boost, which just makes you go even faster. That's really all it is. Nothing else really special about them. And the new TIE fighters that we see there's nothing really special about them either. They just look a little bit weird. It's kind of like a cross between a basic TIE fighter and a TIE Interceptor, kind of. So let's check out the booster. So already, just from the normal speed, it goes pretty fast. We get the booster going. And you go really fast and far away from the camera. Just the way I like it. Obviously. So here we go. So how are we going to deal with something so big? Well, it's actually really simple. You just got to take care of the shield on top. It does have a lot of missiles on it, though. Whoa! Got one of them right behind us. Alright, so once you take out the shield, you can now go for the legs. You only need to take out 2 of the legs, but they have to be... Whoa, okay, there's still a missile on me. They have to be either the 2 in the front, the 2 in the back, 2 on the right, 2 on the left, and you're good to go. You take out 2 of the corner ones, and obviously you ain't going to get anything done. And it doesn't really take much to take them out. Do be careful, though, because you will get absorbed by that little exhaust deal back there.
Whoa, that got him.
And once you take out the legs, everything on top of it is gone. But the cluster missiles shoot out just about everywhere. And that's already all the TIE fighters taken care of. And that's all we're really going to be seeing of the TIE fighters, because I'm just going to use nothing but cluster missiles on them, because it makes my life a whole lot easier. Because again, the shield generator itself is not that tough to take out. I might actually use one of the cluster missiles just to make it a little bit faster. But again, it goes for everything on the ship, and we just kind of want to aim for the one. Now, that first one is the only one that I think that has missiles. The rest don't have missiles for whatever reason, so they're easier to take care of than the first Devastator was, just because of that. Again, I'm not exactly sure why they didn't include the missiles on the other 2 Devastators you have to go against, and why it's just the one, but I don't know. But they did, and that's just the way it is. So once again, you just take out the shield generator, come over here, take out 2 of the sides, and call it good. Now, if you are underneath it, you will obviously get wiped with it. Alright, so a couple more TIE fighters to go for. Just use the cluster missiles. It'll find all of them and take them out instantaneously. Looks like there's one more still left. Looks like 2 more. Decided to show up a little bit late. So let's see what we can do here. So yeah, they're just a little bit interesting of a cross between a basic TIE fighter and a TIE interceptor. Very fast, but a lot thinner, so harder to hit, as you can see. And that's exactly why I like using the cluster missiles instead. Because the thin body of these TIE fighters can make it a little bit difficult to hit sometimes. And that just makes it a massive pain. Which is why I prefer using the cluster missiles, but I don't want to use the whole entire one for one of them. But we got 4 left, and if we die, we'll just get another one. So we just need to find it and just have it go crazy. It didn't even go for it. Okay, let's just boost. Spin around. The thing is, once you boost, you don't really have a break. It literally followed me the entire time. Come on, get in front of me. This is... this is bogus. Just gonna... Okay, good. I was just going to run right into it. I lost my interest with it. You can take these out. Once again, metal worth, but this is our last level, so I'm not going to worry about it too much because, again, that's what passcodes are for, to do the bonus missions. So, one last one to take care of. Let's just start shooting it from a good distance. We might, if we're lucky, be able to take care of it. Nice. Even quicker than the last one. Every single one of them gets easier and easier to take out. Ooh, I do want to be careful. I do not want to get sucked into that. So this is another one of those missions where if you lose too much of the civilian buildings, it's an auto lose. But it doesn't really make it that difficult. Alright, cluster 1. We're going to have a lot of them coming in. So don't really be wasting them because you're going to have a lot coming in. Here comes another set. Okay, missed him. Got that one. This guy's going to be circling me, isn't he? Alright, here comes another 2. And another one. So we're just going to actually boost away, turn around, and just look to use another cluster missile. Because that's what they're for. Take care of the pains that these TIE fighters are. And just get rid of him. There you go. That's it. Game over.
They're gone. We've completely routed the world's Devastators. We've taken a lot of damage, Rogues, but I want you to know, we saved another world from the Empire. We did well here today. Let's go home.
And that's how the game ends. Whoa, I actually golded that? Oh, what a way to end it! If only it wasn't for the fact that we also have some bonus missions to take care of. I'd be even more excited. But... because the bonus levels don't include the credits, we are going to let the credits roll here.
In honor of the bravery and courage of Rogue Squadron, the Rebel Alliance presents each one of you with a plated insignia, so that all who see it shall know you.
I am a bronze. That's essentially what it means. But at least we get some nice little fireworks. And we'll go ahead and let the credits roll, because... like I said, the bonuses are the bonuses, and I'm not exactly sure where to go to get the credits to roll once again. So we're just going to go ahead and let them roll here. And I don't think it's going to take up the entirety of the part. We might be able to get one of the 2 bonuses done, and then have the other 2 bonuses for the second video. If you don't care about the bonuses, then I thank you for watching, if you actually did watch it this far. And of course, I would not blame anybody that decided not to, because this is a really old game, and most people are usually here only for Dragon Ball Z and Pokemon, but I wanted to take a step back into my childhood and relive this game once again, technically, since I test played it. Well, not really test played it, I insta played it during Christmas, because like I said, this game, it takes me back. It takes me back quite a ways, because this, like I said, this was the reason why I begged my parents for a Nintendo 64. You know, everyone else wanted Mario 64 and Ocarina of Time, and I can't say I was any different, but the biggest reason why I wanted the system was just to be able to play this game, because I had already had a Fighter Pilot game for my Windows 98 back then, and I was just really into the Fighter Pilot style of games, and when you just throw in Star Wars in the mix, that's all it took. Now, unfortunately, as a kid, I wasn't really that good, so I do remember I had to use a lot of passcodes, mostly passcodes to give me infinite lives, because again, for whatever reason, in the N64 version, the lives that you had between mission and mission would carry over. So if you start with 3 lives in, say, the first level, and, you know, hadn't really played it whatsoever, Bob Bergson, Robert Frost on Wedge Antilles, huh? Interesting. I might be thinking of a different Robert Frost, though, but I'm not exactly sure. Anyways, good job on those guys for the voiceovers. I like them. But yeah, like, say you're playing the first level and you don't know what you're doing, and you die twice randomly, and then you go into the second level and you die once. Well, that's it. It's an immediate game over right there, because, like I said, lives just carried over from mission to mission, and it was really annoying to me as a kid, and quite frankly, I died a lot because I would kind of really go insane. Didn't really have a whole lot of patience. That's where the PTSD of that volcano level comes into mind, because, again, with no patience, getting shot down by a bunch of missiles, it just wasn't fun for me as a kid. So I just gave myself infinite lives and just had at it. You know, every other passcode out there to give myself the bonus levels. Because again, you know, getting all bronze for the first one, relatively easy. Getting all silver, that can be easy. That's no problem. Getting the gold can be a little bit of a pain sometimes, because there's nothing, especially when it comes to the accuracy, there's nothing that indicates like what your accuracy is during the game itself. So you can have everything perfect and just be 1% off on the accuracy rating and have to redo the entire mission all over again. And as you saw, some of these missions can exceed over 9 minutes, you know, and that is quite an extensive amount of time, especially for a kid. And I was never really that interested in it, so I would just throw in the passcode just to play the added 3 levels. There was also an added 4th level in the N64 version. If you were to put in the passcode chicken, you would control the AT-ST in a really bizarre, like, open world kind of thing. There wasn't a mission, there wasn't anything. It was just you control the AT-ST and just kind of walk around. And they brought that back for this port onto Steam, but from what I've seen of it, it's still, you know, the passcode is still chicken, but instead of taking you to the open world level in the AT-ST, instead, you get to use an AT-ST in the missions. And what you would do is you'd go to the level, you would select the mission, you would select your whatever ship you want to use, it wouldn't matter, you would automatically be dropped off on it in an AT-ST. Which really kind of sucked, because AT-STs are really slow and you're generally not going to be reaching where you need to go almost any point in time. Like, can you imagine being able to be an AT-ST in that previous mission that we just finished right there? It would never happen, because of the fact that, obviously, you know, we can't really walk on water, but maybe it can. I'm not exactly sure how it's set up. All right, so you guys can't see the menu here, but since we did get a medal on every single one, we can do our first bonus mission, Beggar's Canyon.
Race through Beggar's Canyon in your T-16 Skyhopper. Test your skills against Zev, Dak, or Wedge.
So in this one, it's a very interesting bonus mission. You fly this ship for the first time ever, and all it is a race. So listen to what Luke has to say.
Fairly simple, but watch out for sandcrawlers taking a shortcut. The left branch is harder, but the right branch is the toughest. Lots of twists and turns. Jason, I used to shoot through it with no brakes. Well, I'm an old bantha, so I better take the...
So essentially what you're doing is you're racing. If you go through the center, you get the bronze. You take the left, you get the silver. And you take the right, you get the gold. This ship does not control as well as I remember it as a kid. And I tried numerous times trying to take the right path and always end up in a failure, because this thing can move somewhat fast, but it also, like, stops instantly on a dime, and you're generally not as fast as your teammates. And, you know, it can be a bit of a pain to deal with, and I just don't care enough, so I'm just kind of showcasing it off. But yeah, the medal type you get is determined on what direction you decide to take. you know, it's really simple to beat. We've already won. You know, we took the center area, so we're going to end up with the bronze instead of the silver or the gold. Like I said, taking the left branch isn't that much harder. It just takes a little bit longer to go around. The gold, taking the right branch, there's so many turns. And again, if you ever hit the brake, you will like stop to an immediate like halt. Like it's not that fun. If you go a little bit too high, you get caught for quote unquote cheating. And that's also a bit of a problem because there is a certain height limit that you can go. And once you reach that, it automatically ends it in a complete failure. Not all that fun. But anyways, we got 2 more bonuses to go check out, but I'm going to go put in the passcodes to unlock them as well as some other passcodes. So be sure to check out the next episode, our final episode, to see what some of these other passcodes were. Unfortunately, you guys won't be able to see me put in, but I'll tell you all about it once we get back to it. So I'll catch you guys then and enjoy the rest of your evening.